Hello and welcome to my channel, guys. My name is Stefan Persson, also known as Imphenzia. And today I'm going to do some Blender 2.83 modeling, and I'm going to do a car this time from blueprints. So if you know me by now, I do most of my stuff is low poly work, and that's what I'll be doing this time as well, because I plan to put these type of cars in a low poly game with low poly characters. So I also need to be able to have the doors open and close and the windows transparent, and the trunk should be able to be open and close as well. And you should have like a little low poly character be able to go in and out of the car and drive it. But I'm going to try to find a workflow so I can create these type of cars maybe in half an hour in the future or something like that. Well, I haven't done that many yet, and this is a learning process for me as well. But I still wanted to record it and share my progress with you guys. So what I've done here is I just Googled up Nissan R35 blueprint, and I found this one that I thought looked pretty good. And I don't really want to save it as it is because it's a GIF file. So instead I'm going to use just the snipping tool to grab a little part of it here and then just save it to my desktop called R35. That's it. And then I've also prepared here, I googled the dimensions so I know it's going to be 4.68 meters long, 1.895 meters wide, and 1.37 meters high. And let's start up Blender. 2.83 I'm running at the moment, and let's delete the light and the camera. And then what I'll do is I'll split this viewport now into 4 viewports because I want to have perspective and I want to have a top, side, and front view. Let's see. So I'll split this one and this one. Let's enable screencast keys up here as well so you can see what keys I'm pressing. Let's see. First, actually, I'll set the viewports. I want a front down here, side, and top view here. So 1 on the keypad, 3 and 7. And then I'll just drag this. Okay, apparently I have to click and deselect or something. Drag, drop. Okay, now it worked for some reason. Not sure why. Rotate -90 to get it vertical. We should resize this cube now to the dimension of that car. So this is going to be like a reference cube. So I can just type in 4.68 meters long, 1.895 wide, and 1.37 high. And then we can do Shift, Space, and G to get this little move tool up here and get it aligned. That's it. And then Alt Z as well to get transparency so we see through this one. And for this image now that I just dragged into the viewport, we can go to this little image here, click on transparency and do 0.1, and then we'll also hide it here from this view, from the perspective view. And then G to move this one. And then now I'll bring this down first and press S to scale this one, and we'll bring this reference image up to the same size as this little reference box. And then for this one now, I can just click on it, Shift D to duplicate it, and then rotate it on the, flip it up to the side. So I'm going to rotate on the Y-axis by -90. No, by not -90, just 90. And then we'll bring it down. We should be able to fit this one pretty good in here as well, in the reference box. There we go. Shift D again, right click to snap it, and then rotate on the Z-axis -90. And then here, G to move it into this box. That's good enough. It's slightly off there, but it should be all right. It's going to be low poly anyway. No one's going to be able to tell. Shift D to duplicate that one more time. And then we'll do Control 1 to get the rear view here. And then move this one up and have this one sync. That's it. And make sure when you get when you download an image to use as well, you'll find that some aren't perfectly aligned, or the scale might be slightly wrong on the different perspectives, the front and the top view, for example. So I actually tried first with a different blueprint, and then it didn't have the door lines weren't matching from the top and the side view. So make sure, maybe you'll have to try one out and see if it works, and then maybe switch to another one if it doesn't have matching lines. Let's name these appropriately as well. We'll do top, side, front. So I'm just pressing F2 on these. Back. And then I'll right click here, do a new collection as well. Call this one blueprints. And I'll drag all of this down into that folder. Just reference box here as well, or cube. That's just to make sure the size works. So they're hidden here from that one with this perspective view is gone. We should also hide so it doesn't overlay this. So I'll select the back one. Okay, maybe it's flipped. So I'll do front on that one. And on the front one, I'll do back. Or is it the other way around? So front, front, back, back. This is the back view. I've got a back view there. One front view and front view. Yeah, that's it. And then I'll click on this little filter thing and show this so we can actually make it non-selectable. Now we can't click on these, so that's good. We can't mess it up. Let's save this one as a start one. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to start modeling finally. So I like to start by just placing a single vert. So I'll do Shift A, Mesh, and then do single vert, add single vert. And then if I press G here, I can move it. We should also make sure that this one is not in the blueprint collection so we can select it. If you don't have single vert there, and you probably don't, it's because you need to go to Preferences, Addons, and then enable this one called Extra Objects. Add Mesh Extra Objects. And you should also add this one, F2. This one has got some nice features to extend, to make it easier to create faces between edges and verts. So enable those two. And I also have loop tools enabled. Loop tools has stuff like flattened surfaces and things like that, and circular shapes and things. Okay, back to this vert here. G, let's move it to here. And I want to try to follow the side view now of this car. So we can maybe make this one slightly bigger for now. And then I'm just going to do E to extrude this vert. And I'm going to go to this part here. Let's refine it a little bit. There. E to extrude this one up to there. And I want to keep this low poly look. E to extrude to there. E to extrude. So I'm going to count these, how many I'm doing now. So for this wheel arch that I just traced, and notice I'm not doing the inner edge. I'm just doing the body inner edge. And I can extrude these out later on. But I want to have both wheel arches the same amount of detail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verts in the wheel arch itself. I'll do E to extrude this one and then do the same here for the inner line here. The body is actually going to go all the way to there later on, but like I said, I'll extrude that one. So E to extrude, I have to have the same count here now. E to extrude, diagonal up to the tip. E to extrude to that body line there. E to extrude to this body line, and E to extrude down to there. E to extrude the vert to here. It's a line here. E to extrude, and I want to try to keep a quad topology here as much as I can at least. I'm not going to be able to do that fully for this low poly car, but here's going to be a quad. E to extrude up to this line now, which is the same as, let's see, this line that goes here. So it's not by the window, it's the one here that I'm tracing with the mouse here. I'm going to go, here's going to be a quad as well then. So E to extrude all the way to here, because I'll just quad this whole section here. If you want to make a realistic car all the way down to all the body panels, then you want to trace the lines of these and have those as separate panels so you can have little gaps between them. There's a lot better people at doing stuff like that than me. I'm pretty good at low poly stuff, but if you want to learn how to do high poly cars that look photorealistic, you should probably check out some of the amazing tutorials or even the paid ones that people are creating stuff that looks even better than photorealistic. Probably like 5, 10, 20 hours to make. And I don't really have, I want to make them low poly, be able to create many of them since I'm a solo developer and I want to create simple games. So again, this is going to be a low poly one. Have I said that enough now? E to extrude this one. So we get another quad here. E to extrude to the door because I want to be able to have separate doors. So that's important to me here. That's going to be a quad here. E to extrude that one. Here, I'm going to actually do a triangle. E to extrude this one. And here I want to enable as well. Make sure that I've got auto merge vertices on, and I want to have snapping here to vertex. Because now I can press G and move it and hold the control key and snap it to that one. And since this is a bit of a funny way, part of the body shape that is triangular, I'm going to keep it triangular. But if you want to subdivide it again, try to keep quads as much as you can. Here, we can imagine that this is going to be a quad here. E to extrude to here. That's going to be a quad. Actually, I'm going to move this one all the way up to there now. E to extrude. Here's going to be a quad. E to extrude to this line. That's going to be a quad and one more quad. Here, hold the control key and snap it to there. So that's... Okay, we can do the door here as well. E to extrude. I'm actually going to bring this all the way down to there. Again, low poly. So okay with that. Control R to loop cut works here as well when you're in edge mode. GG twice to slide this one down to there. We're gonna make sure that we can open the door here. So Control R again, GG to slide this vert to here. And now we can E to extrude, hold the Control key and connect these. E to extrude, or actually you can do this as well. You can select that one and that one with Shift and press J. Okay, you can't connect that. So E to extrude, hold the Control key and snap. E to extrude, hold the Control key and snap. Now we should be able to start creating some quads here. So F, this is the F2 add-on tool now. That makes this a little bit simpler. So I'll just press F and it fills in these pretty good for me. Here we've got an issue, so we'll have to fix this. And why is that? We have to figure out how to do something else. Okay, I'll just do G here and hold the Control key, snap that one back. And then we'll F to, okay, fill this one. Here we can do this one, fill this one. Here's the door here, is going to be like that, F to fill it. Here's the first triangle that we're going to have. In my case, F to fill that one. Here we're going to have another quad there, one here. I'm just holding the Shift key to multi-select these and pressing F to create a face, and last one there. Now let's move it into place. So A to select all of them, Shift space and okay, Shift space and G to get this little move tool out. Move it to the edge there. Let's make sure the top one here works pretty good as well. And then I'll select this one. So this is going to be, let's see, down there. We'll have to find the corresponding line. It seems to be that one. So that little corner there is the same as this one there. And it's the same as this one here. Next line, it's going to be where that one joins. So we'll find that connection there and there. So this blueprint is actually matching up pretty good in all three views. If yours isn't, it could be that you've positioned the car slightly wrong, or the reference images, or it could be actually that the reference images themselves aren't aligning. So maybe you have to switch to a different one then. G to move this one. Let's put it right on the edge here of this light, the front light. This one I'll bring to there, which is going to be roughly here. Again, this is going to be approximate for my needs. This is going to be more than enough detail actually, or accuracy. And here we have to figure out, it's actually this line that we're going to trace here. So I'll move this one in. I have to move this one in here. And that's going to be right where the door is joining. So roughly there. This one is, so here's where it starts to get a little bit tricky to see. So again, this is going to be good enough. You can refine all the edges later on anyway. G, this one's going to be right there. And this one is here. And this one will be down there. So roughly probably there. You can go to the back view here. Control 1. A bit tricky to see as well, but yeah. It's on the dark there, so it's pretty good there where it is, I think. This one, we can fix it in post. We'll fix that one a little bit later on. That one, it's pretty good. This one, we move in. Okay. And this one, yeah, for our purpose, this is pretty good. That one looks way off. There's nothing even out there on the car, so let's bring that one into there. Make sure that one's okay. Then let's do one. I think that's fine too. It goes down here. Okay. Now we can look here from on the perspective one. Let's see. First of all, we need to hide this reference cube. There. And here's the side of the car. That's going to look good enough. We've got an issue here. This one is way too far out. So let's do Control 1. Bit difficult to see. What we can do here as well, this is, people tend to forget this, but I can box select all of these verts here to there and press H to hide them. Then it becomes really easy suddenly because there's not a lot of confusing lines here. This one, a bit difficult to see, but it looks like it's coming down here. I'll put that one there. and then Alt-H to unhide that one. And then now we've got the body shape is good enough, again, for our purpose here. Now I'll connect it up here. So I'll do 2 to go into Edge Select, and then that's going to be the headlights. So it's just going to be here, here, here. I'll Shift Select all of these, and then E to extrude them up to there. And then we'll look at the top here and bring it into there. Press 1 to go into Vert Select. Move that one to there. This one can be on the door right here to follow it along. This one goes there. This one, again, just match it up. I'll match this one with the window here, actually. G to slide this one to there. G, that one's okay. And G, that's okay. Well, let's do the front view 1 here. Okay, this one's tricky to see as well, but I think we've got it enough here in these 2 views. So that one's okay, and that one's okay. This one's way too high, so G to move it down. It's the same height as this light here, I think. Bring it to there. Again, all of these can be fixed at some point later if necessary, so might be going down too much. Sometimes you also want to have a look at real-life images. Okay, let's leave it like that for now. Now we can come across here and do the hood as well of the car. So I'll select these 2, E to extrude. Now we can go to Edit and enable Auto Mirror. Okay, I have to be out of Edit mode and select it, so tab out of that, Auto Mirror, tab back in. And here I can select this edge, E to extrude that one, G. Okay. And let's go, that one's going to go up to there. So we find that that tip is the same as this inner edge there. This one should follow this shape. This one's way too high, so let's bring that one down. And this one down to the headlights with that line. And here we see it in the front view as well. That's pretty good. Maybe we'll move this one forward to get it a bit of a more of a rounded shape there. And if you want to add the details, it will add another line here in a minute, I think, to get this hood to look a little bit better. And I'm not going to model these. I'm just going to keep the shape of the car. You could either texture those later on or model those if you want to have the high poly stuff. This one we can bring down. It's going to be there. On the screen there. Okay. Now we'll do the side here, I think. So I'll pick this one, that one, this one, and that one. That one's too long. We don't need that one. I can press G to move this one to where we need it here. And that one there. Make sure we didn't mess it up here now. G. GG. Good game. Now we can bring these 3, Shift select those, E to extrude. Select that one, and now I'll just keep the door one, not the window itself, but again, this is going to be good enough low poly, I think. So let's bring it up to the window there. G. Okay, and let's make sure we're matching here. Okay, that one's way off, so let's bring it into, that's going to be all the way into there. This one's going to be on the corner there. And this one, it's going to be where that line comes. And this one is roughly there. For a perfectionist, I say roughly a lot, and I'm starting to wonder, maybe I'm not a perfectionist after all, considering I'm not doing this fully that detailed. I'll do the roof here, I think. Select these 2. E to extrude. G to move it to there. Let's get this arch thing going here. Not too happy with that, maybe. Or am I? Maybe I'll skip that line. Let's see. What does that look like if I do it? And Control Z. I have to figure out how to do that one. Bring this one up to there. That one needs to go up to there. This one up a little bit. Let's finish this roof here first. E to extrude. I'll just bring it all the way and let the auto clipping here on the mirror modifier take care of that. And then here, bring it up slightly. This one is pretty good there. Okay, we'll need one more line here to bump this one up. E to extrude that one all the way across. Okay, this is the trickiest vert so far. I'll just bring it down for now to there. And I'll have to break the topology slightly. But we'll shoot across here. E to extrude that one. G to snap these with control. Here I'll need to do a knife cutter as well. K to add some verts there. G, control, snap it. Here, back of the window. Here is top of the window. I guess we should do control 1 here to see the back. And that's at the lower corner there, which is there. And yeah, that's pretty good. Let's look here. I've got some issue here with this is dipping down very strangely. So G, you have to be along that line. It's quite tricky to figure out which line is matching up. I think, at least I hope that this comes with a lot of practice. You'll start figuring out exactly how these are connected, and you've probably figure out a better topology in the end. I'm not too happy here. But again, I've cut some corners here across the body anyway. So I think for the purpose of this low poly car, this is going to be good enough. So here we go. Let's save this one. Let's do the rear window here then. Select that vert, E to extrude it. Select the edge, press, or actually select those F and then those F. See, this one is too low. G to move it up. That one, G. And this is, again, I think the shape is good enough here. How is it looking here? G, okay. And I need probably something for this post coming down here. I've got no vert to meet it up here. So maybe I'll do K now to get some more detail here. We can actually use that for this hood. Well, that was K to do the knife tool. Have I lost? No. Thought I lost the screencast keys. It tends to disable itself every now and then. So maybe like that. Now I can E to extrude and connect that one, and we'll do this post here. So shift select all of these, F to create a face there. And here, front window, F to do the windscreen. And that's it. Starting to get the shape now of the car itself in a low poly version of it. So let's continue with the front here. Do the headlights. Shift select these. F to create a face there. And I guess we have to do 1 here. And we can see that this one's meant to go further down. So I'll control Z out of that one. Let's do the front here. E to extrude that one. E to extrude it. Just grab it. And it's auto merge. Remember, I've got auto merge vertices on here. That's why it's merging itself automatically here. Otherwise, you'd end up with 2 vertices there. Now I'll just do shift select this one. Oh. And then F to create that headlight. And let's do the front here now. 1 to see the vertices. E to extrude that one all the way across. And here's going to be control R, G, G to slide this one to here. We'll create a face here. We've got one more line here apparently, which is pretty good because then we can E to extrude that one as well. F to cap it. F to create a face there as well. And let's extrude this one across. E to extrude across. We can actually go up to there, I guess. Starting getting this shape here. It's always a compromise. When you do low poly, you're not going to be able to meet every line. So it's trying to pick the ones that are most important to follow. And here we're going to end up with the 5, but I think that's okay. E to extrude that one create a face here. Shift select those, F. Here we actually need to come across as well. I'll delete this one. Face. Only face, we want to do that one. Okay, that's the rear vert. That was a bit tricky. Didn't spot that. How's it looking here now? Shift select those. Let's just create, oh. Let's create a face here, F. Here I'll do E to extrude that one instead. To there. Let's do create a face there. Create a face here. And create a face here. And this has to come forward, I see, all the way to there. These ones have to come forward to there. Let's check the side view here as well. Okay, that's too far. Oh yeah, because that's just a little spoiler that goes there. Okay, and this one has to go forward a little bit further as well. Top view, that was. There, go down. I'll bring that all the way forward to there instead to get the length of the bonnet correct. Even if it's breaking that line, it's okay for the low poly car. I have to extend the spoiler down here afterwards. I think that's pretty good to get the front. And here what we could do then is actually I to inset this whole thing now and B to get the boundary. No, because then we get a bottom boundary as well. So here I probably have to slide across. Let's see, how should I do this? I'll just do K for now for a knife tool. I to inset and B for boundary. And then just, let's see, E to extrude it in. That should be okay for now, I think. That's the front. And then we have the rear to go here as well. So I'll do Control 1 to see the back. Tab 1 to see all the verts. Alt Z to see through up here as well. Now let's just hide everything that's not the back here near enough. H to hide it. That one's a little bit hidden there. Oh, side view. That one should be slightly further back and down. This one should be down a bit. And now we'll have to figure out how to do it. I'll slide this across, E to extrude all the way across to there. Here we can do K to knife cut to there. Let's move this one to there. F to create faces. That's it. And let's check it here. That's obviously way too far in, so this whole line here will have to come out to there. This one. To there. It's that line there. It's the same as that corner there. This one, bring it all the way out to there. Okay, again, compromising as it's low poly. Oh, I want to be able to open the trunk, so this one actually does have to match where the trunk is going to be opening. So taillights are sunk into this car, but I'm going to keep it. It'll add too much geometry for my purposes, so I think what I'll do is I'll add those just as external lights instead. These, I think, need to come out as well. And this one is good. Alt H to unhide everything, and now we should have a decent enough back, I think. That one can come back. Come back! I did the Titanic reference again. Okay, let's save this one as the next Alt Z to see this one without the see-through. We can at least do the indentation, I guess, for the boot, or for the... Then I'll hide these again. So let's go Alt Z, no, B, oh, B for box select, hide, oh, hide here for the boot. Let's do this shape here as well, actually. Okay, I want this little cutout to not make the back look so bland, so I'll just knife cut here then. K to there, to there, to there. Will this work? G twice to move that one. I'll have to think a little bit now how to do this. I to inset this one. Maybe this is better. G to move that one out. Then we can follow along with these. G. 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 Okay, am I messing up the back here now a bit? Probably. Let's extrude this one in a bit. E to extrude them to there. I right click to snap it back and then I moved it back in. And then let's do the number plate slot here as well now. K, so K. And K to knife cut there as well. To there. And then E to extrude this one. Right click and move it on the axis there instead. So I think that should be all right for what we need. I don't think I can take these away. Dissolve edges. Could I? Yeah, that worked. I'll just do that. Keep it clean there. So, Alt H to unhide. Now we're starting to have the body. I think time has come where I'm going to start to color this. I'll bring in my normal palette, so check the description if you want to bring this palette in and use that one. I'll go to the shading tab. Select the material here. And then let's go to my palette. The low poly one. Or the 8x8 pixel. Okay, that didn't work. Do it again. That worked. Closest, since it's such small resolution, you need to have closest filtering and then base color. Then we go to the layout. And we'll just change this one, I think, to texture. Then we have to go to UV editing, select everything A. UV reset. Zoom in here, A, scale 0 on the left side here, make it orange. And this one should be textured as well. Tab in and out. Okay, and let's go to the layout. And now we have the colors here. We can start coloring. I'll just make this black for now, I think. Or we'll do it white, actually, for the headlights. And then windows, I'll do black for now. And here is going to be a dark part as well. That's it. Go back to the layout. And here the front actually we should do as well. Control plus. We'll do this one black as well. And layout. So that's the rough car shape now for our low poly car. Save this one too. The roof is looking slightly too flat here, so I'm still going to have to cut at least something across here to make that one pop up. So we have to figure out where to bring that one from. And I think what I'll do here is just I'll K knife cut that one up to there and across. And bring this one up to there. Just to get that roundness to the top there. I've got some issue here in the back, I think, that we need to fix. That one's too high. Let's G to bring this one down. There. I want to bring the hood up a little bit to make it. I'll probably break the original slightly. But I'll do E to extrude that one. And S to scale it. And move it in a bit. So the proper one has these vents here, but I'll just keep it like this. I like the look of that one. Oh yeah, we have to do the wheel arches now as well properly. So I'll go to the side view here. I'll shift select these. E to extrude, but then I'll just right click and do S to scale them down so they match to there. And then same here. E to extrude, right click, S to scale them to there. And then I might bring these out slightly to make them slightly wider. And same for this one. Just shift selecting the, oh, I've lost screencast keys again. And then move that one out to there as well. That's it. And now let's make the wing. Wing it. Yeah, let's wing it. So to make the wing, I'll just duplicate random face there. S to scale it. Move it. And bring it up to the wing height here. And then we'll extrude that one to there. And we'll E to extrude it up to make it a little bit thicker. L to select the length and bring it down again. Select both, or the whole edge there now so we don't mess it up. Okay, so what does it look like here? It's difficult to see how that wing goes. Does it go down here and then back in to connect to there? I think I'll have to actually look at a reference. Okay, so the wing goes down and then goes all the way back into the trunk. Let's do that then. Comma, and then do rotate by normal. R, and then around its Y normal. E to extrude it. I think what I'll do is I'll control R to loop cut that one and just E to extrude that one to bring it back. And that's it. And then here there was one in the center as well, so I'll do select these two, right click, subdivide, GG twice, and then just bring this one down, E to extrude that one, move it forward, scale, but shift X, because I don't want to scale it on the X-axis. Okay. So that looks good enough for us, I think. That's the wing done. Let's save this one. Now let's cap the wheel arches in the bottom of the car. I can bring this one into the modeling tab then for that one, because I don't need to have the 3-port view here. We'll bring the textures on. That's okay. So here I'll just click there, hold the control key and walk, oh, too far. The shortest path selection here to here. And then I'll do control 7 to see the bottom. E to extrude this one. S to scale it. X0. And then we'll just do it roughly. I'm not sure how wide the wheel arches are, but let's make sure the wheels can turn okay and stuff in there. So let's make it to there. And then I'll deselect. I'll shift select these now. Oop. There. Now I'll E to extrude, right click and then move it, and then move it all the way to there. That should have snapped it. And here, let's create faces. So I'll shift select these two. F to select that one, or to do that one. Same here, shift select these two, F. And then now, just alt shift select that one, F to cap it. Alt shift select F to cap that one. And then we'll just, oh, here we have to fill it in as well. F and F. That's our bottom nearly done. Have something here as well. That's going to be a triangle. That's fine. F. And just to keep it simple, let's make the base plates just black. C. Alt Z apparently. C to circle select. And go into UV editing, G, move it to black. Missed a couple, but that's okay. G. We don't really need to have these, I don't think. I'll Just get rid of those with hold the G key, or G to move it, and hold the control key to snap them. I think that's fine. We don't really need that detail. So G, snap, G, snap, G, hold the control key, snap, G, hold the control key, snap. Save as a new one. And now let's model the wheels as well. And the rear view mirrors. So I'm gonna do the same wheels. I can actually bring this forward a little bit. Bring that lip out a little bit. In that case, I need to K to select that one. Okay, I'll do K here. Knife cut it there and there. There. And then we'll just bring that forward, I think. Again, for the low poly look, you could add something here to break that line too. Should we do that? K. No, it's more polygons than we need. Don't get enough detail. That's fine. We're gonna keep the car like this size anyway, so that's gonna be fine. Okay, let's do the wheel. I'm gonna do 14 segments actually. Shift A, cylinder 14. I think it'll match up with the wheel then. And then escape out of that one. Okay, I'll have to disable clipping for now. Rotate Y 90. Scale it down to the size of the wheel. And there we go. And scale X. Move it to the side. A, scale 0. Make it black for now. We'll do both sides. I to inset to there. It's going to be the rubber part. And then I to inset again. Scale X, maybe like that. Here's the thing where I'm not going to go into too much details because you could always change the wheels out if you wanted to. I to inset. Move those in on the X-axis, but not this one. Alt-Z, we don't need transparency there. Here, I'll just actually delete this one. Delete faces. Delete faces. Shift, Alt and Shift click those ones and do right click and do bridge edge loops. And then now we'll do the spokes here. Alt-Z again to see through. And I'll just do the spokes here. Alt, ring select. Checker. Deselect. Alt-E to extrude long face normals. Period and do individual origins. S to scale them down to there. Alt-E. Oh, Alt-E to extrude long face normals. S to scale. First of all, I think I'll make this silver so I can see it. G. Maybe I'll just do this. F to connect these. F. Shift select these two. F. Shift select F. Okay, and then Alt ring select here. Can I do that? No. Just Control select around F to cap it. Same on the inside here. Just hold the Control key and go around this. F to cap that one. I to inset that one. And E to extrude that one in. I'll just L to select that wheel, go into the layout tab like the other ones. And then Shift D to duplicate that one to the back wheel. I'm just going to keep them at the same size. Rear view mirrors, I'm going to keep simple as well. But I'll make them separate, I think. So we'll do pick a close by face. Shift D to duplicate it. Scale Y. Move it down to there. Scale. And then just move it into position. Control, or just one on the keypad there to get this view. Comma and do normal. Move it in a little bit. E to extrude. S to scale, R to rotate. E to extrude, S to scale, R to rotate. S to scale again. And E to extrude, S to scale, R to rotate. I'll just keep it like that, I think. E to extrude. Or it won't even extrude that one. Just make this one black. There we go. You can do a door handle. Copy that one. Shift D to duplicate it. Scale Y. Okay. Comma and do global. Scale Y. So L to select linked. I'm just gonna make this one black too. A number plate we should do. Shift D, E to or S to scale it down. Oh, I have to re-enable clipping again. S to scale it down. Shift space G and E to extrude. L to select the length and then just do white, the number plate. We'll skip the number plate in the front, I think. Looks a bit more mean this way. Okay, we should do the taillights as well. I'll do them separate objects since they're so detailed and round. So I'll go back into the modeling tab here, or layout, and then here, go Control 1, Shift right click, disable clipping, Shift A, cylinder, L to select the length, S to scale it down, and then we can enable clipping again so we don't forget. UV A scale to 0, make it red. Let's go to layout again. L, R to rotate, hold the control key to snap it, S to scale it down. The angle of this is a bit difficult, so I'm just gonna grab it and have it moved in roughly along the axis so it looks alright, but it'll keep the shape hopefully. There. I'll just do flatten here now. That's it. Slide the whole thing out a little bit. I to inset. And E to extrude. And move it in slightly. And then make that one dark red. That's going to be good enough, I think. Now we'll do the same here. Let's duplicate that one, Shift D, scale it down a little bit to there and move it out. Here I'll have to bring it in a lot. I'll delete that one, dissolve faces first. Do the same type of job here. Make sure that it's following the body somewhat. And F3, flatten, good enough. I to inset, and E to extrude. L to select everything, bring it out slightly, and then make it dark there as well. Okay, we'll do some exhaust as well. So I'll keep a similar approach there, I think, from the back view here. Shift right click, Shift A, cylinder, clipping off, scale them down, rotate X 90, scale down more. I'm going to fit 2 here. So the blueprint does show it, but it's difficult to see on the blueprint. So scale down, make it gray. L. But I'm going to fit 2 here, so scale it all up. I to inset, E to extrude. And just do dark inside there, so G, layout. L to select the linked, Shift D to duplicate it, and move that one back slightly. That should be okay. Now I'm going to try to break it off into openable doors and openable trunk and separate windows. So I'll select the front window. First of all, we should rename this then to chassis P, and disconnect that one. We'll do the door here, L as well to get that one, and we'll get the rear view mirror with us. P, and separate by selection. This window, P, and this window, P. And then we have to do so here, I'll separate the trunk here. P, separate to selection. The door we've already done, but we'll do the window here as well because that needs to be separate. P. So we'll call this one windscreen, door window, F2 here, side window, rear window, and trunk. And then we can hide these. Hide. Oh, this one should be connected actually. I'll connect the wing to the trunk here. So L to select all the linked. P to separate by selection. Select the wing, shift click the trunk, and do Control J to join them together into the trunk. Now we can hide, 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 and hide. So here's going to be the interior of the car, and I'm not going to do overboard here at all. I just want to be able to have transparent windows and see that there is a character in there. I'm not even going to bother too much about the interior. I might even use the same interior in many cars. So when I do the IK for the getting into the car and sitting in the seat and having the hand on the steering wheel, I want to be able to reuse that in pretty much all the cars. So I think what I'll do is I'll model the interior here, and then I'll separate that out and reuse it in other cars. Maybe I'll have one for 2-seater cars and one for 4-seater cars. To see the interior, when I tab, we can actually switch. I'm gonna not care too much about this blueprint now. So let's switch into just the modeling tab here. And then I can select maybe these faces here, and then just press H to hide this. H to hide it. So now we just do some makeshift stuff here, I think. The wheels are a little bit too big, I see. comma and do global, make sure, move it up and hold the control key and make sure we're snapping these back into the right height. There we go. We'll just do something about the interior here. How should we do this? Select these edges. I'll do E to extrude that on just to make a thickness of some sort. Maybe like that. E to extrude. Snap these vertices together. Let's bring this interior down just somehow. Maybe like that. I think the dashboard was actually visible on the layout tab here from the top view. Did we have the dashboard? Yeah. So if that is the case, I can bring this one in quite far actually. Oh, clipping was off. It's going to be the dash. And again, not going to bother too much about this look, so just make sure I connect this up now. Maybe E to extrude that on to make room for the legs and stuff. E to extrude down to there. So you will hold the control key, snap that one to there, move that one forward. I just want to cap this, to be honest. E to extrude. So I just extruded the vert there. Select these, F to cap that one too. That should be all right. So again, just doing some sort of an interior. I'm not going to see hardly any of this. Just bring this across, I think. Hold the control key. Oh, did I pick that? Control key, snap to there. And here I'll do just E to extrude this one back. I'm winging this, as you can see. Hold the control key, snap that one up to there. E to extrude, right click and then snap it back to there. Let's fill this one in, F. E to extrude this one, I'll bring it up to here again. E. And then we can probably cap this one. F to create a face there. Shift select F to create a face here. Now we can bring this one back all the way to there probably. And then here we'll make the boot as well. Maybe I'll do L to select these and hide them. This one we can probably connect to there. Here we'll make the trunk. So I'll just shift select these. E to extrude. Down a bit. This one up and in. Select that vert. G. And hold the control key, snap it to there. We can control snap that one too, I think. Create a face here, E to extrude down. So this is just a very primitive trunk space. That's it. And now we'll also make, I think this just, what color should we make the interior? I think I'll just do black as well. Shift select a bunch of these. And UV editing tab, G, move to black. Oh, missed one. I thought anyway. I missed. That's it. And then maybe you can do the seat as well, since we've got this Shift D, duplicate that one. Clipping off, scale it down. Clipping on, side view. I think, did you see the seat? You saw it from the front only, there. So we'll just do with something here then, I guess. Let's just make a seat for now, E to extrude. Control R, loop cut it. I'll fix this after, I think. This is just to mock it, I think. G to move that on. R to rotate, E to extrude. Here we see the car seat a little bit. So very low poly. I'm going to keep it probably just like that. Because I'm going to have a low poly character just jump in here. And then I'll probably have to put a steering wheel, I guess. I'm not going to make it right-hand drive. Shift right click there. Shift A, add a cube, I think. Clipping is off, scale it down, clipping on. UV, we'll just make it A scale 0 on the left for the UVs. Make it gray so we can see it for now. Oh yeah, and this one we have to separate out to a separate object. Remove this one. Oh, obviously did the wrong one. This one should have the mirror modifier. But this one shouldn't. Rotate X. I'll just do a steering wheel here, I think. Very simple. E to extrude. S to scale. And let's just subdivide this one actually. Right click, subdivide. F3, circle. E to extrude. I to inset twice to get individual off. E to extrude. Delete faces. Delete faces. Comma, undo normal. Slide it back. Shift, Alt select those, right click and do bridge edge loops. And then delete these faces. And then Alt and Shift select those and do right click bridge edge loops. Control R, bring that one down. I'll just do it like that, I think. So. Last thing we're going to do now is solidifying doors, trunk, and the wind screens. So let's bring back the door. And then instead, actually, we'll hide the whole car here. Alt-H to unhide that geometry. H to hide the whole car. H to hide the steering wheel. Tab into edit mode. E to extrude. Right-click to snap it back, comma, and do global, move it in a little bit. So then I'll make this part a bit thicker and change this one to black for the interior as well. So that's as simple as that for the door. Door window. For this one, I'll add the Solidify modifier and make it maybe 0.02 instead. And rear window will do the same. Solidify 0.02. Side window, same deal here. Solidify 0.02. And the trunk. This one we can't solidify since we've got that one on, so we'll do this one manual. Alt-E to extrude long face normals down to there. And the windscreen. This one we can do solidify 0.02. And then we'll do Alt-H to unhide everything. Well, this one we can hide. Reference cube we don't need. And I'll separate the doors as well and the windows here to left and right objects. Let's save this one first. I actually did a little add-on myself for Blender. Check in the description. You can download this one. I'll enable it now. So I'll go to Preferences, Add-ons, and then I'll install this one. It's called Blender 2.8 Split Objects into Left and Right. And if you've installed that one, let's apply the mirror modifier. You can see that I've got, it's called door here, just one object, but it's got a left and a right door. So what I can do then is press F3 and then type split. Split into left and right object. And then it creates a door L and door.R. And it's actually separated this now into two separate objects. And I'll do the same for this one, just F3, split. Oh yeah, I have to apply modifiers first. F3, split. We'll apply this modifier and that modifier. This one we don't need to split because they're just one object anyway. So it was probably just the door and the, oh, this one as well. Apply, apply, F3, split. And then the trunk, just apply, and we'll apply for the whole car now as well, I think. We can always split it again if we wanted to. And for the wheels, we should break these out into separate objects. So P selection, P selection, P selection, P selection. And when I import this, I'm probably only going to bring one wheel in anyway. So this one, steering wheel. This is the wheel left front, wheel left back, right front, and wheel right back. Now we should set the pivot points as well for the doors here. So I'll put that vertex there, I think. Shift S, cursor to selected. Tab out of edit mode, right click and do set origin to 3D cursor. And then I'll do the same for this one. Shift S, cursor to selected, tab, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. Because now when you open the door, rotate Z, it'll open pretty good there. And this one will make a child. Maybe we'll make that straight away. We can do that in Blender here. So we'll do constraint here. Add constraint child of door. And then we'll do set inverse. And now when that's a child, rotate Z, the window will come with it. So we'll do the same here. Rotate Z, that works. And the window here we need to do as well. So we'll do add constraint child of pick door set inverse. Set inverse, set inverse. And for the boot trunk, we need to do the same. We need to do tab into edit mode there. Shift S, cursor selected, but we need to pivot more along these lines. So let's actually move this, go to top view. Then we'll modify here or edit, is it view? 3D cursor location Y. Move it to, hold the shift key to move it a little bit more. Fine. There. Tab out of edit mode, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. And now when we rotate this one on the X-axis, it'll open the trunk pretty good there. Rotate Z. Rotate Z. And that's gonna be it. All right, guys, there we go. We've got ourselves a little low poly Nissan GT-R R35 with openable doors, openable trunk, and a steering wheel and a very primitive set of interior. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already for a lot of more Blender and Unity content. I'm having a lot of fun creating stuff, both practicing myself, but also making tutorials. So until next time, have a great one, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.